Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to be looking at the 8-step hypnotherapy methodology. We're getting started with it. We're going to be looking at step 1. So step 1 is what hypnosis is not. This is where we start to pre-frame our client and dispel some of the misconceptions and the myths that they have about hypnosis to ensure that you're going to get a better result. So we start off by explaining what hypnosis is not. Now, I want to share with you that this allows you to reduce your client's anxiety. It also helps you to clarify what hypnosis really is. And it also, we do this so it increases the chances of a successful session for your client. Now, this is how we start. Now, imagine you are working with a client. You might say, look, let me tell you a little bit about hypnosis. And there's 2 things we want to cover: mind control and using pendulum. You say, look, a lot of people feel like it's mind control. It's not mind control. And in fact, the US government tried to create mind control soldiers back in the 50s. It was a project called the MK Ultra project. They spent millions of dollars trying to do it, and they ended up giving up because they realized it just wasn't possible. And so they used a lot more than just hypnosis. They used drugs and LSD and sleep deprivation, all these other things, and they realized it just wasn't possible. So you can appreciate that if the US and all its superpowers can't create mind control, there's a good chance you and I can't create mind control here today. That makes sense? So I'll just pause there. That was like a little bit of role play. And so what we're doing is we're just using it as a counter example to help our client realize that there is no such thing as mind control in this context, of course. It all depends on your own personal interpretation of what mind control is. But we just want to start to reduce our client's anxiety around that, because sometimes they're anxious. They're going to feel like we're going to make them do something they don't want to do. The next part we want to address is pendulum. You say, look, have you ever seen on movies or maybe Bugs Bunny and people going, you're getting sleepy, you're getting sleepy? Most people have seen that. And go, look, the reason why people feel like a hypnotherapist is going to use a pendulum is because of Hollywood and because of Bugs Bunny, because to show 2 people talking together, it didn't look that great for the camera. And so they really popularized the use of a pendulum. Now, it can be used in hypnosis, but most modern hypnotherapists these days don't use pendulum. And in fact, if we were to do pendulum work, it's not the hypnotherapist that holds the pendulum, it's the client. The client holds the pendulum, and the pendulum amplifies the micro movements and the micro expressions from the unconscious mind. And so it's a way for us to find out what the unconscious mind, what information is in the unconscious through that pendulum. So that's mostly how people use pendulum these days, but we're not going to be using pendulum today. Does that make sense? So I'm just checking in. I'm clarifying. I'm what we're pacing our current experience. Their current experience is they're expected to be mind control. They're expecting a pendulum. So we're meeting them. We're pacing that current experience, and then we're educating them and letting them know why we're not doing it. Then we do a demo. So look, let me demonstrate to you what hypnosis feels like, because some people are expecting it to feel like something that they will never find. So go ahead and close your eyes, please. You wait 5 seconds. And you say, open up your eyes. That's it. Hypnosis feels just like that. And then what I tend to do is go, so were you in control then? You were? Okay, great. Were you hearing everything? Okay, you were? Great. Did you choose to close your eyes? Yeah. I didn't force them to shut, did I? No. I didn't force them to open, did I? No. So you were in control the entire time? Yeah, I was in control. Great. Yeah. And that's what hypnosis feels like. Were you somewhat relaxed? Yeah, I was a little bit relaxed. Yeah, that's what hypnosis feels like. It's just a relaxation. That's all I want you to. If you can feel relaxed, that's it. That's what hypnosis feels like. It's just a feeling of relaxation. So what we're doing there is we're setting the expectation for where we want our client to feel and what we want them to find to know that they're being hypnotized. We don't want them to have what we call an evidence procedure for them to, well, I need to be zonked out in order to be hypnotized. No, you don't. We're just showing them that you just need to be relaxed. Then we will address the comedy hypnosis stage show, because some people are a bit apprehensive you're going to make them dance around like a chicken. So I go, look, have you ever seen a comedy stage show before? Oh, you have? Like a hypnotist, it's like, gets people up on stage and dance around like a chicken? You have? Great. Well, let me share with you how those things work. And so what happens is people go along to a stage show with an expectation. What are they expecting? They're expecting to see some crazy things happening on stage. They have an expectation. Then the hypnotist will say, who wants to volunteer to come out on stage? People put their hand up. What do you think is the personality type of the person that puts their hand up for that sort of thing? Well, they're typically extroverted, outgoing, life of the party type of person. They already know what's expected if they do get selected, and it's within their morals, their values, and their ethics. And so they're choosing to be a part of that. They're volunteering. Then the hypnotist will bring on, say, 10 people, and before he'll do the rest of the show, he'll get those 10 people and he'll ask them to do some small task. And it might be, I'll get you all to close your eyes. He's watching to see who closes their eyes straight away, implicitly, and who kind of hesitates. The people that hesitate, he sort of says, well, you know, he doesn't say this out loud, but he now believes, or he or she now believes, that those people aren't a good client, they aren't a good fit for what he's about to do. So they're not following his instructions implicitly. And so he sends some people back to their seat. And so what that does through social proof, so socially he has proven to create compliance. He's basically saying in a non-verbal way, you better follow my instructions, otherwise you're going back to your seat. And so you'll send some people back to their seat, they're disappointed. The people that are left on stage are like, yes, we got through. And so now what has happened is he has created compliance. The people that are left on stage are going to comply with his instructions because they know that otherwise they're going to get sent back to their seat. And then he'll give them command because he's got that authority, gives them command, close your eyes. In a moment, I'm going to click my fingers, and when I do, you'll dance around like a chicken. And he clicks his fingers, and also they dance around like a chicken because they know what's expected. They've volunteered to do it. He's socially proven to compliance, and they're just given a command. And so they will then do it. And so let me show you what I mean by this. And this is where you give a demo to your client. Let me show you what I mean. Go ahead and close your eyes. Put your feet together. Place your hands on your lap. Now go into the corner, stand on your head, and by the power of hypnosis, bark like a chicken. Now, no client will ever do that. And often what will happen is they'll open up their eyes like, really? You go, how come you're not doing it? So what you do is you're pretending that moment that you expect them to do it. How come you're not doing it? Well, because I did want to do it. Exactly. Because I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. So you're always in control. And so it's reinforcing for them that they are always in control. You cannot make them do anything they don't want to do. It's not mind control. They are fully in control, which goes back to the practitioner mindset formula about they are at cause. It is their responsibility to allow this process to work. Why? Because all hypnosis is what? It's self-hypnosis. And so this is what step one is all about. It's about what hypnosis is not. So the outcomes from step one is that you want your clients to clearly understand that they are in control, that they are safe, and that the success of the session is up to them. And you may not say it so directly, but that's the intention. If you can tick off those three, you have completed step one successfully. So I want you to comment below and just summarize what you just learned from step one. If you can condense it down into 2 or 3 sentences, that's when you're going to start to really understand the core principles of step one. So comment below right now and I'll see you on step 2.